I have been using the Tornado V3 for the last year, and it's the best cube I have. Until now. The Tornado V4 released about a month ago, and the reviews so far aren't promising.
Yeah, the V4s really are nice cubes. They're just not the huge, massive improvement that I think TE wants them to be.
So again, I don't know. I felt like I was gonna have more to say on this than I have, but yeah, great cubes, very minor differences.
So the TV4 is admittedly not the most exciting cube. You're not gonna open the box and be like, bam, this is a new cube and it's 100% different from, you know, the long history of Tornadoes starting from the V2.
Well, I just got the cube, and I want to see if it's really that mediocre, or if it was really worth the purchase. I'll battle these two cubes head on against 5 different categories to see which one will come out on top. The cube at the end of the video with the most points will be crowned as the best cube in the entire world. Now I would start with price because hopefully you purchase a product before you unbox it, but I'm really excited and I really just want to unbox this right now. So let's go. Whoa, that's a big difference. Let's open up the V4 box first. Okay, a credit card. An accessories box and the cube itself. That's pretty good. Now with the V3, it's almost the exact same. Credit card, adjustment thing which is in there, and cube obviously. Now this also had a case on it, but I broke it. So overall I think the V4 has a slightly better box. Not only is it smaller, because look at this difference, like that's a very big difference. But also the case is a lot better than on the V3, which I did have, and it was just clear and you just like pull open it and it's not really that cool. This one at least has like a bit of a mechanism, so those doors open up. Now we won't open up the cube until a bit later, but I think that V4 takes the cake for unboxing. Now let's get on to price. Now when it comes to price, the Tornado V3 is slightly cheaper. In euros it's 30, but in USD it's 33. And for the Tornado V4, it's 33 euros and 36 US dollars. And by the way, these are both flagship cubes. I think the Tornado V3 takes the cake for this one. It is a good bit cheaper. Now let's get on to features. Now these two cubes are very similar because they're both flagship cubes, but this is apparently meant to have a bit better magnet adjustment. It should have a stronger core, and the turning should be a bit more improved. Now let's first go to magnet adjustment. And as you can see here, the magnets are adjusted on the edge for the V3, but on the V4 it's in the corners, which stops the issue on the V3 when if you get a corner twist, that the edges would also be impacted by the corner twist, because the corner would touch the magnet and it could actually turn the magnet adjustment and change the magnet strength. Now second feature on the V4 that is better than the V3 is actually meant to be a stronger core, but I've never experienced the problem of a weak core on my V3. I think that this cube is doing pretty well. I don't think there's any big problems. People say if you turn too fast on the V3, it has the ability to just completely explode. But on the V4, it looks exactly the same, and I don't think there will be any problems with that on the V4. Now the other thing we want to check out is if it has improved turning. And on the V3, it very much fits my style. It goes with aggressive turning. It lets a lot of inaccurate turning slide. And the corner cutting is actually impeccable on this cube. Now on the V4, it's about the same. Now what I do notice is the reverse corner cutting is slightly better versus, oh yeah, I can definitely see a difference there. Yeah, I think this one has slightly better turning. Also, the magnet adjustment is a big plus for the V4, and I don't think the cores are different, but as long as this is all quote-unquote good batches, and this isn't, but some of them are, as long as this is always good, that's better than the V3. So I think the V4 takes the cake for the features category. Now let's get on to customizability. Now for customizability, the main things are the dual adjustment system and the magnet adjustment, but we kind of talked about magnet adjustment. It's better on the V4 than the V3. But the thing is, the V3 has impossible caps to open, and if the V4 has easier ones to take off, then that's definitely a big plus, because right now I have to use a spoon to open up the center caps because I've hurt my fingernails so much trying to pop these open. There it is, popped off. But I don't really like how it is on the V3 because I just cut my nails and I can't get under there, and if I do, it hurts really bad to get them open. It feels like your fingernail is about to pop off, not the center cap. But hopefully with the V4 has slightly better. Yeah, no, it's exactly the same. It's a big shame, but I hope that the innards are a bit better. Oh, here, let me quickly get that. Alright, so the dual adjustment on the V4 looks very, very similar to the V3. I might even say that's the exact same. I don't know. I can see a tiny bit of difference, but it's not major. I mean, this one has a bit of a bigger adjustment system than this, which might make it a bit easier to adjust it. Where's the, see, they both have this like clutch box handle that makes it easier to adjust. But I can see that it's a bit bigger, which I think is pretty good, right? So I think the V4 actually takes the cake with the adjustment system. Now, the final category, turning. Let's go. Now with the V3, I'm very used to the turning. I like how it feels, and it has very, very, very light magnets, and it's not that I have it like on low magnet settings. See, it's right in the middle, but it's just that the corner to core magnets are very light and you can't adjust them. So when you try to auto align it, it only lines on like the last move or on the last centimeter. See, it's like, it's barely anything, but that helps. And I think overall it has very good settings and very good turning, but if I try to go really, really hard, it starts to lock up quite a bit. Like if I do, okay, wait, that was actually pretty good. Let's do J-perm. Yeah, see, the corner twist happened, and that's not very good. But yeah, that's not that unusual on the V3. It does corner twist quite a lot, and I think it could be better if it was a bit more controllable and slightly tighter, but I have tightened this quite a bit. Well, not that much. I think it was just like one setting, but it doesn't help that much. It's weird because from 3 to 4, it's barely any difference, but from 4 to 5 is like a massive difference. And yeah, I actually don't hate turning that much. I just think that it can be improved, and I hope the V4 is the improvement we need. Now, let's try the V4 turning. Ooh, I like this. Now, it is quite a bit looby on the outside because it's a new cube, but I do like it. I'm getting a bit of lockups because I'm not used to how fast it is. It is slightly fast versus V4. Yeah, it's very similar. I think to really put this in the nail to see which one is really better, we have to try solving each one. So let's do that right now. Okay, let's start doing a solve with the V3 first. And it's pretty okay scramble. Let's try this. 3, 2, 1. Feels so weird to do the V3 after the V4. It's like, it's almost like completely different cubes. Well, not exactly, but the turning feels a lot, like, it's not weird, it's just like, it's different. And that's what people usually say for the Pioneer, but even the flagship feels a quite bit different than the V4 or than the V3. I think it's just very loose, and that's why I think it's kind of weird. But I don't hate it. I think it feels like there's a lot less contact piece to piece versus, yeah, like this one, it feels like gravity. Feels like the pieces are touching the way they're meant to. But with this, it feels like it's almost above the pieces when you do this. Like, the magnets are so light. But yeah. I think I just have to adjust the magnets, but yeah. Now, let's try solve with the V4. I can't believe it, but this scramble is actually super good. Pair goes into there, 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 and there. Let's quickly try to do the solve. Where'd this go? Sorry guys. It's a bit slippery with the lubricant. 17, slightly faster than the V3's time. But obviously we can't just say it's better because of the time. Obviously that's very subjective, but it's insanely loose right now. So I think it's only fair to set it up a bit and then try it then. So let's do that now. Now this is the magnet tensioning tool for the V4, and it came in the V4 box, but this cloth was actually from the V3 box. I'm surprised it didn't come in the V4 because it was actually pretty cool. That took it off a bit. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. Here, let me get that. Okay, so this is very loose right now, and if I want to tighten it, I have to move the handle that way, counterclockwise, I think. Let me check. Yeah. Okay, that feels a bit better. Let's do that on all sides. Okay. Now it should be, oh yeah. It's a bit more controllable. Yeah. Slightly locky. Oh, okay. Here, let's turn the handle the other way, and hopefully that does something. Oh yeah, that's the other adjustment. So let's see if that helps a bit. Okay, so it is a lot tighter. I think I went the opposite way. I was meant to go the other way. It's not terrible though. It's definitely a lot more controllable. now the V3 is even a bit faster than the V4. Well, actually no. It still has that like slightly faster feel. But let's put on the center caps, put in a bit of Martian lube, maybe adjust the magnets a little stronger, and then I think it'll be better. So let's quickly do that. Alright, so I've customized this a bit. I put the tensions, so the compression on 2 and the tension itself on 4. I put the magnet strength on 4 and I put 3 drops of Martian, and after all of that, it's slightly more controllable, but it is slightly less controllable than I'd like it to be. I think the V3 is better for controllability. Wait. I don't think it's bad. It's just hard to control sometimes, but yeah. So I really like how I set it up here, and compared to the V3, yeah, I definitely have a bit of that controllability on the V3, but I don't think it's necessarily worse on the V4. I just think it's not as good for me, for my turning style, compared to the V3. I think the V3 is slightly better for my turning style because it's a bit more controllable. So let's do this again. So let's do a quick solve on the V3 and then the V4, and then compared on those solves, the turning, the feeling, we'll conclude who will win this category. So "17 seconds. I feel really off today. I think it's because the V4 is kind of throwing me off a bit. But yeah, the V3 is pretty good. Now, the V4. It's definitely a bit more blocky, a bit more clacky, but I don't think it's terrible. I think I could still use this. It's just I probably have to put a bit more heavier lube in it, and then I think I'll like it a bit more. Okay. Yeah, that was an easy scramble though. Let's try that again. Yeah, 16. So it is slightly faster, obviously, to the V3 in terms of actual turning, and for my solves anyway, it does give me slightly faster solves because I can barely control it, but it's still really fast. So it's kind of like boosting my turning in a way. But for the V3, like right now, I'm using the V3 and it feels a lot slower compared to this. That's why it's making me lock up a lot. T-perm and J-perm. Now, like somewhere around here, it doesn't like, but for the V3, it's pretty much the same corner corner cutting. Sorry, I forgot the word. So this is tighter and this is looser. This is looser and gives the same corner cutting as this is tight. So if this is loose, then this will have exceptional corner cutting, but it's also incredibly hard to control. So I think for most people, it's actually better turning than the V3. It's just for me, it's slightly too fast. In terms of the actual performance, I think the V4 actually takes the cake. So let's check the points now. So it turns out that it's 4-1. This is 4, this is 1. This is only better because of price, and that's actually kind of crazy. I didn't expect it to be so good, and besides the turning being a bit fast for me, I actually love this cube. It definitely feels a lot more premium, and I think if you were to pick between these two, if you need a controllable cube, one that is isn't blocky, it can really take aggressive turns and, you know, inaccurate turns well, V3 flagship is good. But for V4, I think if you're a bit more accurate, a bit faster with your turning, and you don't need an accurate like cube, I think V4 is a bit better for you. So overall, the V4 is better than the V3, and that's actually quite shocking, because the reviews were saying a lot of stuff about this being mediocre or very similar to the V3, which on some cases, some categories it is very similar, but the turning is definitely different. Oh, and corner twist. Here, let's do one fast one. Yeah, I think this is slightly harder for me to turn on. This is a bit easier, but for most people, I think the V4 would actually be better. I think aggressive turners are the minority of cubing, to be completely honest. Unless you're going like, if you're sub 10, you're probably pretty aggressive turning in order to do fast turns, faster TPS. But even with faster TPS, I think a lot of people can be accurate with faster TPS. So if you can be accurate while going fast, this is actually perfect. I can go pretty fast, but I'm very inaccurate. Alright. Yeah, so guys, I think for the majority of you, you should just get the V4. V3 for people who are bad at turning.
What is up, my fellas? So you just listened to a sleep-deprived sounding Rubik's Cube master for over 20 minutes. Hey, he gave you the best information you can get anywhere on YouTube, and please subscribe to him because he's amazing and didn't sleep for 20 hours to make this anyway. Say it with me, Zai O Hong Shu.
If you want to get any of these cubes, go to speedcubeshop.com. Link is in description. Both of these products will be in the description. I got this cube on Speedcube Shop, this one as well. These are really good cubes, and yeah, use Speedcube Shop, it's like the best. I got this in 5 days, and I live in Ireland, so that's actually kind of crazy. Anyway, bye bye!